Hello, and welcome to episode 79 of Malt and Magic. Forgive the slightly late start tonight. That is entirely my fault. Having some children issues and doing dad duties, which is fine. Life happens. But we are here. We are back in anger with a full cast tonight. So let's get straight to it. Let's get through those shout-outs and call-outs. And my usual thank yous go to Albert Radio, to Incarnate for mapping Virtual Tabletop, as well as Dungeon Alchemist. Haven't been playing around with that one as much lately, just because I've been playing around with some of the new features in Incarnate, which is all good fun. Of course, D&D Beyond, a massive shout out to them and thank you to them for all things D&D game management. Just a massive tool. I think everybody knows what it is, what it does. A massive thank you to Hero Forge. There's been some updates on there recently, and we've even done some token updates, which we may or may not see tonight, depending on where we get to. And then, of course, a huge shout out and thank you to Kasoon and 5e Magic Shop, which are just those Patreon services that I use as extra DM tips and tools just to make the game a bit smoother. For all our sound, or some of our sound, and musical ambiance tracks, thank you to Tabletop Audio, but of course a massive shout out to BattleBards, who we are affiliated with. You've heard me say every week. But if you want a chance to get some of the sound effects in your home game or in your radio play or whatever you're doing, you want some sound effects, head over to BattleBards, use the code Malt and Magic when you register, and that will get you a nice cheeky discount off some sound effects and just make things more immersive. Hell, why not just use them when you're on a virtual meeting? It's all good fun. Please go check out the social media. You can see the links below on the banner there. Go check out Twitter, Instagram. You're on Twitch, hopefully, if you're watching us right now. And hopefully, those of you that are watching after the fact are on YouTube. So hello to you all. If you don't want to do either of those things, or you would rather listen to us, maybe you're driving, maybe you're, I don't know, doing other things that require your eyes to be elsewhere, then please go check out our podcast on your podcast platform of choice. Available everywhere. The latest episode has just gone up. Again, apologies for that. It's been one hell of a couple of weeks for me, personally. But excuses out the way. So, yep, go check that out. Leave us a review, a rating, whatever you can on those platforms. Every little helps just to help us get the word out and grow our following. Yes, I think that's pretty much it for my shout-outs tonight. We are still working on some ideas for giveaways and our next goal, but as and when we update that and get to that stage, we will let you know. So I think that's it. So my usual warnings apply when I can get my words out. There will most certainly be adult language, and hopefully there'll be some humour, most likely of the adult variety as well. With that, let's roll. Hello.
Hello.
It's good to see a full roster. Look at that, all these pretty faces on screen.
No.
And Danny, of course.
Yeah.
Claws
It
are out.
was. I love you really, mate. You know, it's only because I think you are the most handsome.
I was going to keep this stream PG-13, but you can fuck off now.
That lasted all of 5 seconds anyway. Amazing stuff. So before we get into it, because a lot happened last week, let's go down the lineup, a full lineup. So I am Matt. I am the Dungeon Master, as it says on the t-shirt. I am also the psychic character of Bothrid, and it'll probably just be monsters tonight if we get that far.
Oh, I am Danny and I play Ander Splinterthorn, and I think what I think may happen in my head will either make or break tonight's session, depending if I ask the right questions of the head of the snake. Who knows?
Hello, I am Simone. I'm playing Keurig, and let's see what this goes. Because yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I've missed last week.
I'm Dave. I play Dargon the Goliath Fighter Warlock, and yeah, sort of similar to Samau. I'm excited to see where we go. Certainly, to start off with, I think that Dargon's going to stay quite quiet. But a lot could change.
Indeed.
until I roll a shit check and then Dargon has to chin him.
That's very likely to happen, of course. Cool. So, last week we finally had escaped the siege at River's End and then made our way back on the airship, unnamed airship thus far as well, back to the Maltmaster's Keep and the village, town probably, now with its size, of Glen Tuag. And it was a very fleeting visit. Before that, of course, not forgetting, there was the title of last week's episode, there was Storytime with Feltag. And there were some very interesting revelations from that, which I think piqued the curiosity of everyone in the party and everybody on the ship. Feltag remembering much, much more than he had previously. That brink, or that brief visit with death, I suppose, if you want to call it that, had sparked some sort of memory somewhere, and removed some sort of block, so he was remembering much, much more. Gave you some few juicy details, and then, of course, the ship continued on its way back to Glen Tuag. You had a brief encounter with, brief chat with the remaining and new Maltmasters, and then decided to try and help Lena and Micaiah find their people, or get to the Feywild. Went and had a chat with Grellan, the Horizon Walker, which, while he said he could identify portals, he could not get them where they needed to be. And so the two lovers and leaders of the city left you to it to go seek out one Ethereal to go and get them to the Feywild. Him having done that for you previously, when you had to go and rescue Vraco and, well, deal with Vraco and rescue the crew of the Winter's Tale. You then made your way back to the ship, loaded up on the barrels of ale and various other provisions that you'd bartered for, and used your hard-earned wages to afford. And then you were back on the ship, and stalking your way through the night sky underneath this blanket of grey cloud, which is now stretched pretty much the entirety of the continent, or the kingdom of Nylon, I should say. And you landed a few miles to the west of Mantenir, and under cover of darkness made your way up to the outskirts of the farmland. And then, with some very good stealth checks, stealthed your way all the way up to a windmill. Ander, of course, having found a contact within Glen Tuag to figure out a way to get into the locked down city. You found your contact. You again bartered entry through a secret passageway, and were led to the secret passageway, and then managed to sneak your way inside the city, and sticking to the walls and the shadows, didn't manage to arouse any suspicion at all, heading to a building that you were directed to by this contact, to then knock on the door and be met by a very familiar face, as that familiar face and figure and voice just went, "Oh, for fuck's sake." And that's where we begin tonight, as one Obaya Inoue sticks his head out. "Fuck are you doing
Feel
here?
like,
The city's under lockdown."
why do you think we snuck in?
"Fuck you doing on my doorstep?"
We heard it was the safest place in Ireland, so
"Fucking get in before somebody sees you. Come on, all of you, all of you."
and I'll beckon everyone in.
Yeah, we'll follow. Go straight through.
Good stuff. So as you enter, it's a very simple home. Not what you'd really attribute to the leader of the Thieves Guild. It is simple wooden furniture, a simple fireplace, simple cutlery, very modest, nothing very opulent, just sort of ordinary, if you like. "All right then, You've snuck in. What the fuck have you snuck in for? And what the fuck are you doing on my doorstep? Keep it down. Do not wake her up.
Wake you up?
The wife.
Oh, there's a lot to unpack in the first 30 seconds of me meeting you. I did not expect you to have a wife.
Not the time.
I did not expect you to have such a humble abode. I thought you'd be in the lab. When you escaped from the lighthouse, from the guard, I thought you'd be in... What?
Time. Pressing matters.
Sorry, we're in a bit of a rush. Obviously, I want to catch up. It's been a while since I've seen you.
So since we've seen him... Oh, fucking hell. You nicked my sword.
No, the kids nicked your sword. You were too fucking stupid to keep an eye on it.
That's got a point, Dagon.
Oh, shush you. Fine, whatever.
So, you don't need to know why we're here, but I'm very curious as to what are you doing here? When you escaped the lighthouse, is this the only place the elves couldn't get to you?
Did anyone follow you?
No. I tell you what, though, trying to help you escape the elves and fighting some of the elves ourselves, we took a few of them with us, don't you worry about that. I almost died in one of your traps. I have to say, it was the best fortress I've ever seen.
Yeah, the cloak does do well. Right, listen. This is home.
So have you retired from the Serpent's Cloak?
No.
Then?
This is home.
Just laying low. Are
So
you still on mission?
Doesn't matter. You tell me why you're here. What do you need? The city's in lockdown. There's rumours of all sorts of shit going on. My whispers tell me that Moonbright's fallen, as of a few other cities.
We were there.
It seems everywhere you fuckers go, you bring ruin.
Actually, we always end up turning up a bit too late after it's already kicked off, so, you know, bit of a bad coincidence. But
Not kicking off here, is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's the only reason we're here. It seems to be the only place that is not under siege or fallen. I know there's horrible forces sweeping across an island, so I thought with your connections you might know something about it.
I can only
Not that I
assume
knew
they
you
just
were here,
ain't got
to be
this
honest.
far
A bit of
yet.
a surprise.
Yeah, well, as I say, it's home. Wife's here. She doesn't know, so shut the fuck up.
What's your cover story? I can play along.
While this is going on, can Dargon look out the windows, like peek behind the curtains and see if there's anything going on outside?
Maybe a perception check, please.
18.
As I take a sip of an unnamed fizzy drink there. With an 18, you can see the odd guard moving around with a torch. But other than that, the streets are deserted, it's quiet, it's dark, there's no movement.
I'm just going to keep looking out there, listening with one ear on the conversation. Just, you know, that's not really important to me. I'm just looking out.
Let's just say, I have my cover here. I'm not known as a buyer here. That's, well, actually, I suppose, no, that's not important.
Well, you known as thief.
No, I have a name. I have a family name.
Well, if your wife wakes up, what should I call her if she comes downstairs? Keith?
No, call me Keith. She's going to get really confused. I've used it in the past, but no, not Keith. I've literally just been struggling for the last 5 minutes to find where I put this fucking note. But all of my notes just totally gone to disarray. This is what happens when...
We might land back on Keith in a minute, viewers.
I will find it.
No, we'll find out it's O'Keefe.
Yeah. It turns out he's been fresh fish guy all along. That's his cover.
Oh my god.
I've only just noticed
that would be.
We shouldn't. Well, I certainly shouldn't have the poisoned and frightened effect on anymore.
No, you really shouldn't. You should all be cured of all things.
Well, not cured.
Apart from those things which obviously can't be cured.
communities.
Like Anders' chronic diarrhea. No, he hasn't really.
Let's just say let's not put that in canon, please,
No.
ever.
Interesting.
That's what he really uses his stealth checks for, you know. Sneaky shits. When no one's looking.
Now we're getting somewhere. It's going to be in this file. Too many files. There we go. Back into character. Round here. And to the wife. Well, to anybody that's known me, really. It's Cormac.
Cormac?
Cormac Ledaig.
I think I ate that in Delywin.
Right. Anyway, now you know my name. If she comes down.
Cormac.
Everyone make me a perception check, please.
Ooh.
16.
13.
That's a natural
that
20
sound?
for a 25.
Okay. Dargon and Kirik. As you sort of look around in your surroundings, you see a painting of a woman and a child. And you are instantly drawn to it, as it is not the first time you have seen this painting. For
Where have we
those
seen it
that would
before?
remember,
Do we need
there
to
was a
investigate?
locket found once,
Ah, yes.
and in said locket was a picture of a woman and a child.
Oh, is that one of the things I stole from the chest in the lighthouse?
No, I have that in my possession.
Yeah.
But it was
So
from
if
my
I didn't
inventory.
lose it, you stole it from me. That's the turn up for the books, isn't it?
No, I think you just
Did I
gave
give
it
it
to
to
me
you?
because it had no value, so you just passed it on to
Oh,
me.
okay. Yeah. This is sentimental. You can have it. So,
Obaya's
so-
human, right?
Yep,
Cool.
dark-skinned human.
That's fine.
so Cormac, that's going to take some getting used to, by the way. If we've been at Delywin, they're in a right shit state. I don't think they're currently looking for you. So does that mean you don't have to lie low anymore and you can carry on your mission?
What mission?
Well, I
You know
assume.
something I don't.
Well, I assume somebody in your position would have quite a high purpose to fulfil. I'm not going to lie, I'm not quite sure what the Serpent's Cloak main mission is. But I would have thought you'd have been a big part of that.
Look, Serpent's Cloak is simply just a bunch of thieves and spies. It's a network. We get hired to do jobs. Sometimes we take what we can get.
And what's the
There's no-
annual membership fee? Because I'm thinking about joining.
And not now.
Okay,
Wait, what are you doing here?
right. I've told you we're here for our safety. So what I need from you,
Safety
now I
from
know
what?
you're here, the absolute chaos that's burning Nile into the ground outside of these walls. I'm
So
here
it's
for
chasing after
respite.
you and you've come to my fucking doorstep.
No, it's not chasing after me. It's chasing after everything, isn't it? Really. But I'm trying to get some respite. I've had enough. We're just trying to lay low for a bit, like you are. What? Now you're here. You can be of great help to me. What's the power structure of Mantenir like? Who do we need to schmooze you up to? Who do we need to avoid?
Well, it's a consortium, if you like, of various guild masters. All the masters of their craft come together in some, like, that elder structure, and they govern the rules around here.
Are they all dwarves? Dwarven elders?
No, most of the cities, well, actually, just over half the city's human. There's a lot of dwarves. Some halflings, some gnomes. Not many elves. A couple of half-orcs.
And I told you I was at Deluin. Well, actually, I didn't tell him we killed loads of his guard, obviously. But the king of Deluin actually paid me to do some mercenary work. I'm hoping you might be able to help with it. He's actually sent me to find. He calls it an artifact. I don't know what it is.
Not interested.
It was stolen or something. And
I'm not interested.
You don't know where it is.
I don't want anything to do with it.
Insight check.
Don't want anything to do with him. Nothing to do with him. You can make me an insight check.
26.
Okay, bear with.
You're telling me you don't know about every shiny little piece that's coming through this city that you live here? You can't just switch that off.
I thought that'd have been right up the Serpent's Cloak Street.
Nat 20. So you have no idea whether he's being truthful or whatever. He's like the perfect mask.
Apparently his son went missing or something. Actually, come to think of it, I did find a dead elf under your lighthouse. That weren't him, was it?
No idea.
Come on, you must know every nook and cranny of that place. You must know a lot of them.
Yeah, why do you think I got out? If the elves come a knocking, you don't hang around. Especially not them elves.
If you ain't going to help us, then where the hell do we go? You clearly don't want us here.
Well, hang on. You've not asked me for help. You've turned up on my fucking doorstep asking me a load of questions. You ain't said shit about help or what you're trying to do.
Yeah, well, where's this artifact then? Come on, where is it?
I said I want nothing to do with it.
Fine, you don't want any help.
Why do I need help? I don't know anything about it. And I don't want anything to do with Deluin.
Yeah,
no.
we don't give a
If
shit.
that's all you're here for, you can get out and try and sneak back.
Well, if you don't want anything to do with Deluin, why did the guards want you? What did you steal from Deluin then? Or one of your people?
I didn't steal nothing. Fucking look, I didn't steal nothing. His bastard son hired me for a job and then tried to stab me in the back. And let's just say I did most of the stabbing.
To be fair, I've met his father. If the apple doesn't fall far from a tree, he deserved a stabbing.
We're trying to get to a place in Mantenir. We don't exactly know where it is, but it will be well guarded. Probably the best well guarded place in town. Do you or your whispers know where that might be?
Well, the most guarded place in town is going to be the temple.
Temple to...
Dargon, as you now, you're poking your eyes out, you can now see the very opulent building that is quite clearly a temple. And on the top, at the front of this temple is a figure, a female figure, sort of back arched up on her tiptoes, her head raised to the ceiling, and these wings that spread outwards. You would recognise this symbol very closely, as it's one that you spent a lot of your life guarding.
Okay.
You would recognise this as a temple of Ray.
I'm trying to... yeah. I knew it was... Dargon knew it was something else, though, didn't he?
Seren Ray.
Seren Ray. Yeah.
Or the Everlight.
What's, is that the big building over there? The one with the statue?
Well, yeah, you can't fucking miss it. It's the biggest building in the whole city. But yeah.
It's
where the guildmasters meet.
That's
where...
Seren Ray, innit?
It is. Know much about her?
Fuck all.
Good. You and me both.
Well, you know it. But anyway, that's past history. I don't really know much. Look, what? I mean, I thought the dwarves followed another god, not ceremony. It's weird.
What was it with dwarves?
Well,
thought this place
given
was
where
full
we
of
are in the
dwarves.
north, yeah, we thought it was a dwarven city.
No, the dwarven cities were further north. They all fell. Dwarves fled south.
Ah,
Ah, okay. We thought this would have been
Years
their
ago.
new home. Well, you know,
They sort of
we-
assimilated.
we're going on information as years are. We don't know. We're just winging it as we go along. Speaking of which, actually, given the Serpent's Cloak is so highly connected and is such a vast network, all of it's a war, if we're honest, that's going on. What side is the Serpent's Cloak on? And can that help us get on a
don't
safe
pick
passage
sides.
for an island?
We don't
Just
pick
whoever pays the
sides.
most.
Quite right.
Oh, yeah. Are they
So have you
paying the
got
most
coin?
currently?
No one's paid us shit for anything.
Ah,
And even if they had, I wouldn't tell you.
well, that's a bit
Now, if
harsh.
you need a job doing, if you've got work, then I'll happily take your coin off your hands. Is there something inside this
Okay.
temple you need?
Potentially.
Well, knowing your skill,
Potentially.
I don't think I could afford you at the minute. But I think I have enough skill to get it myself.
I wouldn't expect 4 of the Malt Masters lot to sneak in here for something cheap. So it must be worth something. Must be powerful if they want it.
Oh, they don't want it. We're here for our own means.
Interesting.
I know you won't believe me, but it's useless to anyone else. However, it is very important. Is there any way that we can... What happens if we just walk up to that temple in the morning? Or now? What happens?
Well,
Do we go-
you see, the thing is, with this city, if you've not announced yourselves at the gate, and you've not been walking around here, people are going to know you're new. They're going to know you're different. And
Okay.
you, mate, you stick out like a fucking sore thumb.
Yeah, I gathered that off people up to me New Year. So, do we have to sneak back out and then announce ourselves at the gate? Or are
They
they
won't
not
let
going
you
to
in
let us
anyway. City's on lockdown.
in? Shame.
And you're in now, mate. What's your exit route?
Okay, how much is it going to cost us for you to help us get there, or get some sort of agreement or signature to let us through these roads and not be, as you say, I'm going to be sore thumb here.
If you want to sneak in, you're not getting in there in daylight. That's for damn sure.
Is there any
You
way
wanna
that we
sneak
don't
in,
have
huh?
to sneak? Can we have official papers? Can we pay people off to say that we've been here a while?
Do I look like an elder? Modest. That's how I stay under the radar.
You've not got connections. You've not got connections with the gate guards. Nothing.
Not if you want to walk around here happy as Larry.
It's fine. We can all just go invisible. Right? We have another we can go invisible.
Oh,
So invisible that we're getting code.
that was garbled, mate.
Yeah, it was a bit choppy connection there somehow.
Not bad.
That's all right. Try that again.
Invisible language. So if we do need a quick escape route, are you the man to help us with that?
I mean, if you've got guards chasing you, don't come anywhere near me.
I was about to say, Andrew, that's a bit forward. We need to get there first. So, is there anything that you can do to help us? Anything that we can do, and we will pay. Is there
Right,
anything?
gents. Can we cut the bullshit now? What is it you need? Plain as day. What do you need?
We heard
When
there's
do
a
you need
priceless artifact in that temple, and we want to steal it. That's why we was asking you about the other artifact, because we're trying to collect them to sell them to the highest bidder.
Make me a deception check, please.
31.
You want to sell it? Well, there's loads of goblets and shit for Serenray in there, but...
Yeah, but I'm talking about highly sought after religious artifacts. Kind of like Ark of the Covenant type stuff.
Right. I have no idea what you're after. Know nothing of any of this inside the temple.
Regardless, can you
I
get
can
us in there?
probably... If we go now, and you're quiet... In fact, you two don't look like you're very stealthy. Might want to leave that armour here.
I can take it off quickly. Put it in my bag.
Bothered, can you do that thing that you do when you help us be quieter?
I don't know. Did I pack that for Bothrid?
Question:
Left it in his other pants.
do I know? Can I put my armour in the bag of holding if I took it off?
I would assume you know you can do that.
That's fine. Just want to double check. You know, again, the physicality of being able to. You know, I know it like TARDIS opens and all that jazz, but
To be honest, I think I could make most of us invisible anyway. I've got spells and means.
yeah, but
Bothrid
We'll
did
talk about that later.
pack that spell.
You know
Bothrid
what
will
I,
just sit there. Yeah, okay. Now? Or later?
in a minute, Bothrid. I'm gonna very just quickly just start unclipping, and it's gonna fall off in a matter of seconds because it's got the quick release.
Okay.
Does it make a loud
So
noise on the
Dargon
floor?
is stood.
Well, no, I'm gonna grab each section and put it away. This is not combat.
Dargon is now stood in his boots, his loincloth, and his kilt, and
Loincloth and
nothing
cape.
else.
That's
His
about it.
sword at his hilt. Alright, his hip, rather. Right. There's a side door. I reckon I can get you across there. Once you're in, though, you're on your own. I ain't coming in. Suggest you use that same door to get out.
Thank you. Bothrid, do it now.
Bothrid will cast Pass Without a Trace. Means everybody gets a +10 bonus to stealth checks and cannot be tracked except for magical means.
Whilst we're still in
+10!
whilst we're still in
As
this
in
house,
+10 on top. Sorry.
whilst we're still in this house, can I cast See Invisibility
You can.
just to see if there's anything or anyone here or listening?
Okay. There is nobody invisible around you. There are no invisible items. It's just a very modest house.
Cool.
I'm late.
With Pass Without a Trace, +10 as in it makes it +10 or +10 to what I've already got.
+10
Plus 10 to whatever you roll.
Yeah, don't worry, it doesn't make it worse.
Also, Matt, See
So
Invisibility
yes, your
is on
roll
for
is going to be
an
ridiculous.
hour.
Okay.
No, because I'm +9
very
at
much,
the minute, so I didn't know whether it's just one more or it's +19.
That would now be a +19.
It's 19.
Oh, I'm like the fucking wind. Whoa, you won't see me.
Please roll a natural 1.
Still
I'm
a 20.
That's true.
It's still a 20. Anyway, okay. So you notice Obaya goes over to a drawer and just sort of opens it very slowly, and it creaks a little bit, and he sort of stops and looks up. Fucking hell. Takes out a small dagger and a cloak. Just wraps the cloak around him, pulls the hood up, clasps it around his neck. Right then, gents. You follow me. We need to loop around the outside of the market, use the trees for cover. When you get to the crypt, sneak along the fence. The side door's on the edge there. I won't be waiting for you when you come back out.
Okay.
However, you find what you're looking for, I'll know, and I'll come looking for payment.
We'll discuss your cut later.
Alright, follow me. Everybody make stealth checks, please.
And in the back of my head, Shank is going, the only cut you'll get is to the throat, you bastard.
21.
Okay,
Right,
Obaya
I'm
gets
gonna add 10 to this.
30.
38.
And
Nice.
it disappears.
15.
Derek? 15.
I'll turn into a borrower.
Buffred. He's going to get... what's that? An unnatural 20. Or a dirty 20, as we were told last week in chat. Cool. So, all of you managed to sneak out of Obaya's house. And he sort of holds you against, or sort of ushers you as close to the houses as possible, and you see out of the shadows where you're in, you see a number of guards just sort of walking around. There is a group of 3 guards, 2 dwarves and a human, walking sort of away to the north as they loop round a house and continue on. And Obaya sort of looks out. Alright, now, straight across the trees, duck down in the trees. I'll tell you when to move. Go, 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 go! He sort of ushers you all out across. Who's going first?
I'll go.
Oh, no. Oh,
Okay.
go on. You beat me to it.
We'll say Kirik and Ander, almost in perfect synchronicity, sort of you dash out and across the trees, and as you dash out and sort of hide in the trees,
I'll be right behind
a
them.
guard loops out the front from the other side of the houses. As Dargon, you're just about to go, and Obaya sort of pulls you back, hand up to your mouth. Shh, big lad. Easy, easy. Let him pass, let him pass. You wait for a few moments as the guard sort of stops at the edge of the house, holds his torch high. Carries on going. Alright, big lad, your turn. And you hobgoblin, off you go. Go, 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 go. And the 3 of you dart across now into the small area of trees that rings the literally rings around the market stalls. And you can see the market stalls, they are empty. Most of them are actually covered, almost to protect them from the weather. And Obaya begins to slowly but surely now lead you around this small copse of trees. And as you sort of ring around, you can see the temple now, sort of to the east. It is quite literally the largest building. You can see that big statue of Ceremony right at the top of one of the towers. And what you also now notice as you come around to the northern side of these trees, there is a sort of half rectangle of hedge line which loops around the back of the temple. And then there is a fence, sort of a chain fence if you like, or chain fence that goes up to the temple, and in the middle there is an iron gate. Beyond that, in a small area of sort of grass, could be a cemetery, could be a graveyard, there is a tallish building, or a larger building. And Obaya's just going to whisper to you under, there's the crypt. Might not be a bad place to hide if anything, if shit hits fan. Gate's open, you should be alright. Right, from here, this is where I leave you. Along the fence line, you'll see, right at the edge there, there's a door, it's a side door. And trust a man of your skills can do what he needs to do.
100%.
Alright, best of luck. If you die, well, tough shit. If you get captured, I never knew you.
As the looking up at the temple, and then looking over at I'm going to call him Obaya. I'll just whisper to him and be like, "Keep your family safe. Do that."
Always. Sounds like we need to get out. Oh well. Best of luck, lads. And Obaya turns and disappears back into the shadows.
Give my love to the wife.
Just before he goes, I'm going to try and slip in the locket into his pocket.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check if you're trying to do it stealthily.
Bloody hell.
14.
As your hand snakes into his pocket, he grabs your hand. Fuck do you think you're doing?
You might want this.
He's going to pull your hand out and look at the locket. Stick your fingers in the light, I say. Thank you. On your
Oh
way.
yeah, well, I stole loads of stuff. I considered it payment for nearly dying in one of your traps.
Shut up. Get on your way. And he's gone at this point. Disappears into the shadows.
Just as we're standing here as well, I'm just going to kind of look at the temple. I'm going to look at the guys and I'm going to say, just give me a second. I'm going to focus. I'm going to cast Locate Object.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to choose Prophecy.
Okay. I am going to need a straight wisdom check, please. In fact, no. Roll me a d20 and add your spell modifier. I believe it's wisdom anyway, so.
21.
There is a ghostly black glow that to your eyes sort of forms around not the temple but the crypt.
Alright guys, I think where we need to go is the crypt, so as soon as we walk in we might want to look for stairs down or something of the like.
Bit like, okay, and that's definitely where the prophecy is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have this conversation in the crypt, guys. Go now.
Okay.
Okay, so you're all heading across the crypt?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to be presumably probably still in the same order behind Kirik and Ander, in front of Bothrid. But when we get to the entrance of the crypt, I don't go in.
Okay. I need everybody to make me a stealth check again as you now sort of dash across this open grassland, to be honest.
16.
23.
Well, bugger me. 24. We do still have the plus 10.
Fred. Yep.
Yeah, that was with my plus 10. I
Bothrid.
rolled shit.
Bothrid gets a 30. You all manage to make it up to the crypt and duck down next to the crypt. And there is a door. Above the door there is text. But not in common. It's written in Sylvan.
I speak Sylvan.
I think
we all speak
everybody
it, or is it just me and you?
recognises.
No, I don't know.
I think it's
if
just
I
you and
do.
me.
It's Abyssal that we all do.
That's
Ah,
the
okay.
one.
So it's just the two of you that speak Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
In Sylvan, it reads, "Here lies what is sought by most.
They're not wrong.
What does it say?
Here lies what is sought by most.
Oh, that's cryptic. Suppose that's apt.
It might be the secret to eternal youth. Immortality.
Well, having a tea party.
Sounds-
Let's get in.
Sounds boring.
Or it might just be true love.
Can we hurry up? I don't like sneaking.
Yes.
Under the door.
Sorry, yes. I will check the door, please. Is it a mechanical lock or a magical lock? Can I ascertain that first?
Make me an investigation check, please.
I will help by casting Detect Magic on myself.
Okay. As you cast Detect Magic on yourself and your eyes sort of...
24 is
There's
what
no
this
magic on this door specifically, but behind it, or sort of underneath and around the door, you get sort of this rainbow effect. It looks like it's bleeding out from beyond the door. The investigation check was a
24.
24. There is a mechanical lock right in the centre. Looks like a standard mortis type lock.
I'll pick it then, please.
Make me a sleight of hand check, please. And of course, add your
16.
proficiency bonus to that.
Okay,
Just with thieves' tools.
21 then.
21. So you place your
That's better.
lockpick set in, and that sound of clicking seems horrendously loud in this very silent city. But eventually there is a clunk.
Shit. I look around. Does anybody hear the noise?
Make me a perception check, please.
I'll join on that. Fucking hell, shit rolls. 14.
14 as well.
14. You don't hear anything. You look around, you can see torchlight moving around sort of where the guards are. Does maybe look like a torch is headed in your direction. Kirik, now the door is open. In front of you is just a wash of rainbow colour.
I think we need to go in. That torch looks like it's coming towards us.
The rest of you would see a staircase. Kirik, pretty much blinded by this colour at this point.
Kirik's at Mantenir Pride, and we're just seeing a staircase.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna grab a stone and I'm gonna throw it, or let it drop.
What are you doing? You're going to make a noise.
Where I see the wave of rainbow.
So as you pick up a stone, you throw it. There is a... At that moment you hear... What was that? There's something over here. Quick, quick.
Okay, go in.
And you hear hurried footsteps at this point. The rest of you saw the stone drop and skitter through. Kirik, you would have seen it pass through this sort of wash of rainbow colour.
Something like that. But we have to go in, so...
Yeah.
As then the rest of them go in, I'm going to follow, hesitate, but then can I see that I can close these doors, gates, whatever, again?
If you push it back, yeah, you can close it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So as you all rush in, you then sort of... It creaks. And outside, you'll just hear this sort of very muffled... I heard something again. Check the temple. Sounded like a door. And the footsteps sort of rush across over to the temple. You hear a door swing open. And then shut.
Oh wait, a good 30 seconds right next to the door. And then turn around to everyone else. Where now?
Kirik, now you have stepped beyond that veil, if you like, of rainbow colour. You can see the stone walls and the stairs that lead down into darkness. It's almost like these walls wave with this rainbow pattern effect, and the stairs wave with it. It's not like a permanent thing, it's shifting and changing.
This whole place is just surrounded by magic. I can't quite tell what it is, but well, just keep your eyes peeled. I can't pick type of specific magic, so yeah, keep your eyes peeled.
Didn't we have this before? At the up north, do we not have it similar? Just all magic.
So, I think you might be right.
I wonder if there's a connection. Can anyone see a way out of here?
So is it completely dark down the stairs, or is there any light, or...?
It descends into darkness. So even all of you with dark vision would only see so far, and then nothing beyond that. The stairs just leading down.
Is there any torches on the wall that we could light? Oh, we can see in the darkness.
Nope. The walls are bare.
Well, I can go up front. I can see quite far away in dark, so...
Yeah. And if you know where it's located in here, I think you should leave us to
True,
it.
I am still concentrating on that, which is for an hour as well. No, 10 minutes. Locate object.
Okay. You still get that pull, or you get that pull down the stairs. Is where you need to go.
I will go up front, keeping an eye out for anything that is invisible or magic, because both those spells are up. Technically.
Okay. As you begin to descend down, sort of, very little of the scenery begins to change, and that sort of detect magic aura, or the auras that you are detecting with magic. The auras that you are detecting with detect magic are still washing over. There is the briefest flash of something that you think something's moved around, but you can't see it. And you get the inkling that maybe your other ability playing against something or pulling against something. Locate object is still pulling you down. Can you do all of them? Are they instantaneous or any of them concentration? You can do detect magic, locate object, and...
No, locate object and magic are concentration, so object would go, but see invisibility isn't, so...
Okay. So, detect magic and seeing invisibility. Okay. So yeah, you get the impression that it's that one of the other ability is maybe catching something. It's very small, even if it is anything.
Yeah, well, if the walls are not changing after a while, I'll just drop detect magic and just focus on seeing invisibility.
Okay. Eventually, your vision clears as you descend down, and there is now a round wooden door with vines that sort of grow all around it. There is no door handle. There is no lock. And again, there is that flick of something.
Do I notice what it is?
Make me a perception check with advantage, please.
I already have advantage, so that's 17.
There is a small creature of some sort flying and flitting around you.
I'm gonna try to focus my gaze on it so that it knows that I can see them.
It is very quick, but you eventually just sort of peer, and with that there is just a and then in front of you there's a flash of greenish yellow light, and there is a small winged creature, tiny winged creature, now flying in front of you.
Do we all see it?
Well, you're clever, aren't you?
I've been called that, yes. Can we help you?
No, but I think I can help you.
Oh, good. You tell us how to get through this door.
Well, I can't tell you.
If you say
I can
riddle,
help
I swear to God.
Well, everybody loves a riddle.
No,
It's
no,
fun.
we don't.
Well, I'm afraid that is the price to get through the door, so if you don't want to get through the door, then I think you'll just have to turn around and go back, won't you?
Time is of the essence. Can you just tell us the answer? Just this once.
No.
Well, then just
What's
tell us the
time?
riddle.
The riddle.
Do I recognize the
which
type
one
of
to pick?
creature that this is?
Make me a nature check, please. Or an arcana check, whichever one you wish.
Same, I think. I'm rolling shit today. 13.
13. You get the impression it's some form of fey creature, but for some reason you just can't quite remember what type.
Come on, one fey to another. Just give us the answer.
You're not fey. There's something of the fey about you, but you're definitely not fey. No, definitely not fairy. You don't belong to a court.
I do by marriage.
Marriage? What's marriage got to do with the courts?
Well, okay, betrothal. You know what I'm saying.
No, I don't.
The
You're
riddle.
very
Riddle.
strange. The riddle.
Ah,
Oh,
what
yes.
is-
Well, okay. So a king. Yes, this one. A king has two sons. Two. But he can't decide which one should be the next king. So he decides on a race. Whichever son's horse finishes last will be made king. The two sons, well, they take off towards the finish line, but they keep slowing until they stop. They realise that it's pointless. So they go ask a wise man in the crowd what to do. He tells them what he thinks, and they both get back on their horses and race to the finish. What did the wise man tell them?
Fuck me. I want to cast suggestion, please. Wisdom 18 saving throw. And I will strum a little chord on my guitar, so you have to roll with disadvantage. Or mid loop.
Stuck in the fucking tower. There we go. Where is it? That's a 19.
Fuck!
Honestly, thought I was not going to make that.
Quickest riddle ever. Right. They both. So when they race to the finish line, they both go as fast as they can.
Yes. And then they slow.
So after the wise man tells them something, they both race to the finish line. They don't try and slow down after that, or they do try and slow down after that?
No, they race to the finish line. You ask a lot of questions. This is a riddle. I ask the questions, you give them the answer.
Can we have the first bit again? What did the king say to his sons?
Boring. A king has 2 sons, but he doesn't know which one should be the next king, so he holds a race, whereas whichever son's horse finishes first, they will become king. So they take off and then slow down. And then they speak to the wise man. He tells them what they think, or he thinks. Then they get back on the horses and race. What did he tell them?
To finish at the same time.
It's not a race then.
Have you heard
Then
it,
no,
Carol?
that's not the right answer.
So whichever horse finishes last. Did
yeah.
did one of the brothers jump on the other one's horse and race to the finish line? So his horse was last, and his brother's horse that he stole finished first.
That's a very good answer.
That's what I would
It's
do.
one of the more strange ones I've had. I quite like that answer. I think that will do. Because of course, it was the horse that would be made king, of course. Why wouldn't you make a horse king? They're very intelligent, you know.
That's good. Ha. There's your
So
horse.
if we've solved it, what happens now?
Do you wish to go through?
Yes, please.
Would you like a gift? I can give you gifts while you go as well.
Ooh,
For solving my riddle.
I do like a gift.
So you would like a gift? Fantastic. Roll me a D100, please.
Oh fuck! But as long as it's not a deck of cards.
No, I've got those.
42.
Cards. Meaning of life. The pixie sort of... I'll give that away now. The small fey creature floats up to you and
Tinkerbell.
sort of with 2 hands just ruffles your hair. There you go. Enjoy.
What have you done?
Can I have a gift of that door
Okay.
opening?
Yeah.
You two are boring. Okay. You answered the riddle. Is the door open? And this tiny female fey creature just flies into the centre of the door and almost just dissolves into it. At which point the vines begin to sort of recede and the door itself, the circular door, just rolls across to the side.
What's on the other side?
A lot of light. As you step through now, you enter into not a crypt, but some sort of underground grove of sorts. There is a small pond in the middle with the lily pads, what look like some shells floating on the surface. There's some mossy rocks. There's the stone walls, if you like, grow into these sort of stone, almost like the sides of a mountain or a tunnel, but it still just sort of arcs over the top of you into this cave, if you like. And then the light is given off by these 4 luminescent trees of sorts. These trees, and they glow. They have these orbs that grow on them, and there are 2 that glow with this sort of golden yellowish light, and 2 others that glow with this bluish light. Pixie, as I've given that away, is nowhere to be seen.
Do I feel any different after she invaded my personal space?
Your hair feels a bit lighter. Who are you stood next to at this point?
I am stood next to Dargon.
In answer to your question, Dave, no.
Cool.
As Dargon just nonchalantly sort of reaches up and scratches the back of his head, sort of wondering what the fuck was just going on, your hair almost takes a life of its own, and whips around and tangles itself around Dargon's finger.
What the fuck is going on?
What? How are you doing?
I'm not controlling this. Can I think, let go, and see what happens?
Dargon, make me a strength check, please.
19.
19. So you pull your hand away and it sort of snaps Anders' head to the side, but eventually you get your hand away. And your hair is going to flip round your face and drop something into your hand.
What is it?
You would see a blue ring, or a ring with a blue gem, land in your hand.
Dargon. This is yours, isn't it?
What? What is?
I've got magical thief hair. How cool is that?
Hey. Yeah, give that back.
Obviously I didn't mean to. I'm not doing it on purpose. And then as I give him that, I'll steal something from Kirik and see what my hair does.
As you go to give the ring back, the hair whips around and sort of flicks you against the hand.
I think he wants me to keep it. I'll give you it back. You may have to shave my head later. And I'll just put it in my pocket.
You just get evils from Dargon. It's like...
All of you can now see trails of what looks like dust. Like little glowy dust streams all over the place. And there is a few giggles that sound around. What are we doing?
I'm going to go to the edge of this pond and look to see if there is anything underneath that might resemble what we're looking for.
Okay, I should say that this is it continues on beyond this as well, beyond those 4 trees. That is correct, Dave. As you approach this pond, the water is the clearest blue. Think like Caribbean island blue water, so crystal clear and pristine and perfect.
Anything underneath, since I can see through the water?
You see what looks like a large shell. It's sort of one of those ice cream cone shaped shells that just twirls around.
Oh, I love a good French horn. I don't think the pastry, not the instrument.
I admit, I went straight to instrument.
Yeah.
When you said that.
Cream horn,
Other
not
than
French
that,
horn.
it's just lily pads and water.
And he said the the path continues beyond this, right?
The path did continue beyond, yeah.
What are we saying? Keep moving?
Yeah, I mean, this looks like we're... I wouldn't say heading in the right direction, but this is weird to be under a temple, so yeah, let's keep going.
If it's a bit Fae-esque, if I was to concentrate, do I feel a pull or anything like that might guide me?
I wouldn't say it's a pull, but it's a familiar feeling. It's a comfortable feeling. It is the feeling of the Fae, really, that you are.
It's not saying left or right or up or down.
Nope.
Okay.
There is only one route, I should say. Straight ahead. Or back.
Okay.
Let's keep moving then.
Let's press on. And I will stick close to Kirik just to see if my hair does anything. Just out of curiosity.
I will cast Inflict Wounds on you if you steal anything.
No, it's my hair. It's not me. I can't control this.
Bothrid is going to walk up behind you, Ander, and just... Pay attention. I don't like it down here.
No, we don't stab Bothrid. He's our friend. Shut up.
I'd love to see you try.
It's all in the dagger. You fall asleep before me, remember?
Again, these streams of sort of glowy dust fly around you, and then there is a rustling in one of the trees as you step around the pond. And the rustling continues, and it's almost like the tree begins to morph and split a little bit as a leg steps forward, an arm, and before you stands a creature not unlike one you fought before. As this wooden-like creature with a skull and horns, antlers growing out of the top of it, huge, great creature now, stands before you and just lets out a... The pixies. And I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
I fucking hate the Fae.
If you're waiting to bring that book back.
Oh.
25 for initiative.
Okay, so 10 for Kirik. What did Bothrid get? I suppose we should let Bothrid Kirik sheet up. Bothrid gets advantage. And it's the same, so he gets a 10. Dargon?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Fandabby-dozy. Let's load the map up then.
Oh boy. You say we recognise it, as in we fought it before?
It's not unlike something you've fought before.
Do we need to make a roll to remember or know, or...?
Make me an H check, please.
Cool.
Oh, map. I like that map. It is very,
It's very
very
swish.
nice.
That'll be an 8.
An 8. You can't remember.
Cool.
That was an 18 for me.
You would recognise it as the Grove Guardian that you once, or similar to the Grove Guardian that you fought in the Feywild. Who am I looking for? That one. Excellent. Right, that is all tokens populated.
Which one's the bad guy?
Shiny.
The bad guy.
Shiny map.
Fuck.
And as that happens, as this creature emerges, the first one up is Ander. What are you doing, sir?
I will panic and bonus action unsettling words, and the unsettling words will be termites, and then I will cast reduce on the creature
Okay.
for a con 18 saving throw. But then obviously minus the d8 from that. That's going to have to be Constitution now, isn't it? Fucking gouge.
What was the save?
18.
Saves. Sorry, my brain just went. Nah.
Cock.
Okay.
I've achieved nothing going first, and I will then just go.
I will say that in order to save, it has used a legendary resistance. Yeah.
Ah.
I've burnt one, that's the main thing. Okay then. And then I will go next to Dagon.
Okay.
Oh, didn't even feel like I wasted that.
I am just sorting some shit out that I should have sorted out earlier. And then we'll get on with it, I promise. Okay. Cool. As you then finish your turn, the creature, the Leshen, is going to take a legendary action. And is going to Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Okay, we'll make this easier myself rather than having to do that. It's alright, because this is a custom monster sheet, I've not quite done it right. So it's going to cast Grasping Vine at you, Ander.
Oh.
And I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, good. 15. Fucking hell, I've got really high pluses, but I'm rolling under 10 every time.
You are now pulled.
Does evasion help in any way to that?
5, 10,
No, if there's
15,
only if there's
20,
damage.
I'll say cast it.
True.
I'll say cast it over there. You're going to be pulled over here. As the vine just pulls you.
I mean, I take it we're going left or right on this map.
Say again? No, sorry. You are going up and down. Ignore that. I couldn't find anything that would work there.
Oh, fine. Yeah, okay. We're going. Yeah, fine.
So yeah, you're going south and north.
Cool.
Bottom to top. That will be its go, or its legendary action. Doggone.
Okay. I will. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'll be pulling out Timuel's Wrath as I run forwards. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As I'm running, I'm just going to see this enormous creature ahead of us and bonus action turn into a hybrid werebear.
Okay.
Oh, we haven't seen it in a while.
So, how do I do this?
You just step forward
I do
and...
that.
I've just remembered you haven't got your armour on, have you?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, I do not.
Shh.
Shh. So that is why I have done that to actually improve my AC for a change.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
That actually means that it's gone up by 2 now.
Okay.
Should cast to the
So
lounge
you
on you as well.
grow,
Okay, so, yes, that was
turn into this bear.
bonus action, and then I shall slice into it 3 times then, please.
Okay. And roll to hit, please.
19.
Is the magic number.
I'll roll again. 29.
Mm-hmm.
And... Ooh, that was close. 32.
Yes.
So then it is... Nice. Bear with. What's 18 plus 24?
42.
Good question.
42.
42.
42, yeah.
42 total for all 3 swipes.
42 points of slashing damage.
Yes.
Fandabidozy. Anything else on your turn?
I can't do anything else.
5 feet of movement left.
Yeah.
Good
that's
stuff.
Fine.
The Leshy is then going to take another legendary action to make a claw attack against you. Which is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yes.
Shit.
It's going to be, what's that? 9, 15, 17, 24 points of slashing damage.
Is it magical?
Yes.
Bollocks. I'll take all of that.
Cool. Bothrid is going to rage. There's the sound effects.
Excuse me a minute. I'll just move that out of the way.
That's alright.
And back again.
Bothrid will then rage. And will then move half his speed as part of that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Could have been 20, so then he's going to use 5, 10 feet of movement. He will recklessly attack this big thing with the double-bladed quarterstaff. So with advantage, the first one. Stop getting stuck. There we go. That's definitely going to hit because that is a 29 with the first one. Second one is a 27. So we'll do both of those first. Too many dice. Too many dice. Shit. That's 3 plus. Oh shit. 5. 15 points of slashing damage to the Leshy. Plus his little bonus stab then. Which was 2 16s with advantage, which is cool. Which will then be an additional 3 points of damage. Do. Ooh. Right. I should say, that grasping vine that was grabbing you is well and truly gone, Ander.
Yes.
Cool. Kirik.
Well, this might be useful anyway, so I'm going to move 5, 10, 15 probably. And where I am, I'm going to grab the Rod of Alertness that I've been carrying, and I'm going to just like piss it onto the ground, and immediately there's going to be this like rays of light shooting within 60 feet of the point of origin, which is basically me. And yeah, you will feel almost like a warm embrace as I will use the protective aura ability of the staff or the rod, which means we all get a +1 to AC and a +1 to saving throws.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Scoot.
Whilst in the light.
So that was protective aura, you say?
Everyone go into the light.
It's protective aura, yeah. So it's got 60 feet of bright light, 60 feet of dim light, and while in the bright light, we have a +1 to AC, +1 to saving throws, and we can sense the location of any invisible creatures that are also in the bright light. So within 60 feet, we notice any invisible creatures.
So is that a 60-foot radius or a 30-foot radius?
60-foot radius.
Awesome.
Amazeballs.
That's this. In fact, that's not quite big enough either. There we go.
For all intents and purposes, it'll do.
So this light now shines out, so that's everybody gets +1 to AC, you say?
Mm-hmm. And saving throws. And we sense invisible creatures, and that is pretty much going to be me for the time being.
Okay. As this light then, you can now see the pixies that sort of fly in and fly around, and they're just giggling. They're not doing anything, they're just giggling around. It's like as they fly all around you. With that being your go, then it will then be the Leshy's go. You notice some of the wounds and the sort of cuts that have been done to it just heal up. It is going to step into the tree and disappear. And then it's going to emerge.
Any attacks of opportunity for that or not?
Nope. Because it's effectively a teleportation type thing. And it didn't have to move, really. Just dived into the tree. It's going to appear behind. And then it's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 to there. And it's going to make 2 claw attacks on Ander.
Oh, cheers, mate.
The first one is a 21 to hit.
100%.
The second one is a 14.
No.
Okay, so the first one's going to hit. So you are going to take... Oh, that was shit. 15 points of slashing damage.
Uncanny dodge. For
Nice. You will
8.
take 8 points of damage. Good stuff. That will be its go, and then we are back round to the top with Ander, now with this creature bearing down on you.
Balls. So, with it being right next to me then, I'm going to have to stab it, ain't I? With my moonblade. And
Okay.
I'm going to like stab it and leg it. Oh, fucking hell. 14 to hit.
14 will not hit. As you dash forward with the blade. For Nyland! You fool! Stab it! Don't miss it!
Cock. And then I will bonus action disengage 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, to there. In 2 rounds of combat, I have achieved nothing.
Excellent.
For you. Excellent for you, yeah.
Okay. Alession's then going to take a legendary action, and its arms are just going to reach up to the ceiling as these clouds now just... And... I need Kirik to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Kirik.
22. 21, sorry.
Shit the bed. This bolt of lightning just down next to you, and you just sort of sidestep out of the way. However, it does explode next to you. You are still going to take some damage. 6, 7, 8. 26. Maths. 35, 36, 41, 46. You will take 23 points of lightning damage. As this bolt of lightning just beams out towards you. Dargon.
Yep.
You'll
I'll
go.
go. I think I can just make it round. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Which way's diagonal now? Can I do 30?
If you move across to the left once, you're there. You're within range.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, there.
There. That'll do.
Right. Okay. Threw me off him running away, but I will bonus action hex him. And then attack 3 times.
Doesn't really shout, does it? Oh, hang up.
31 to hit. 28 to
31's going to hit. 28's going to hit.
And another 28.
And a 28 is going to hit as well.
Oh no, we have 44 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And then
You're
remember my hex. Which will be on each attack, won't it?
Yes.
So that is then 10 points of necrotic damage.
10 points necrotic damage. Nice.
That was bonus action movement and actions.
Fantastic. So that's your go, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Bothrid's not happy. Still raging. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45 is not going to get within range, but he's going to run to there. Cool. Kirik.
As I notice the... Ooh. No, there's. I definitely know this. Smell doesn't, but Kirik would. Timiel's rat deals radiant damage, right?
Yes.
Right. Cool.
Well, radiant damage.
Oh no, it deals additional radiant damage to certain creatures.
Yeah, slashing damage.
Right.
Slashing
okay.
damage primarily.
So seeing Dagon hit with some sort of tick damage, I am going to kind of gather some of the light that's being shunned by the rod, and I'm going to move it towards the creature. I'm going to cast a Sacred Flame.
Nice. That is a dex, or is that to hit?
Dexterity saving
It's a
throw.
dex. would be an 8, but it's going to choose to succeed.
Cool.
It's 2.
Cool.
And as my bonus action, sure, I'm going to throw my spiritual weapon at 4th level.
Nice.
Leashy, please.
Where do you want it? Which side? East or west or north?
Here. Yes. And I'm gonna try to hit it with it. For a 24 to hit.
24 is going to hit. So I decide which whiskey I want to drink tonight.
9 points of radiant damage, please.
9 points of radiant damage. Fandabidozy.
No, force damage, sorry.
Force. Of course it is. 9 points of force damage. Fantastic. Anything else on your turn, sir?
That's... yeah, actually, I'm gonna just move slowly, because I'm pretty packed.
Are you leaving the rod where it is, or are you taking the rod with you?
Yeah, I can't move the rod. 5, 10, 15, 20, I'll move that.
Cool. So the rod is just there. Excellent. It is then... done?
Yep.
Okay. It's then the Leshen's turn, who again, some of the wounds begin to heal up.
So it's not necrotic.
I need Kirik and Dargon to make dexterity saving throws, please.
No. +1 to the roll. I forget.
Yeah, indeed.
Ooh,
12.
Actually, this is to the Thwatsuits, and that is worse than mine. Brilliant. 5.
I'll use my
Okay, you are
inspiration.
both
Doesn't matter.
roots sprout up out of the ground and just wrap themselves around you. Sort of Dargon, a couple of roots just sort of wrap themselves around your wrists and pull your arms back. A couple more grab you around the legs. Kirik, one giant root just wraps itself around your body. You are both now grappled. You are also going to take... what is that? 12 points of bludgeoning damage, which is not magical.
Cool.
Or is it? It's a spell. No, it's not a spell. It's not a spell. It's not magical damage, so you will take 6 points.
No, I'll take none.
You'll take none, but you are grappled and restrained.
Grappled and restrained. And Kirik took 12 then. What are you on? What's Kirik
88.
on? Ouch, kabibble.
Oh dear. And with that, Bothrid's rage is going to end.
Grappled and
True.
restrained.
And we are back up to the top. In fact, let's just have a look. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so Ander, over to you.
I will pull out one of my +2 arrows out of my quiver, use my bonus action to steady aim, and then aim for the head of the Leshen, please.
Okay.
So, advantage. Roll the dice. Natural 20, motherfucker.
Nice, there we go.
We're in business. I didn't contribute for the first two, so now I'm doubling down. So that is piercing damage of 15,
Okay.
a sneak attack damage of... Oh, that's a lot of ones. 18.
Okay.
The D4,
2d4s.
Doubled.
2D4s of 5.
Nice.
I
There you go.
contributed.
There's this arrow. You just pull back and you aim for that sort of bit where the nose is, just a hole in the front, and fire. It's got like a goat skull on top of it, or a horse's skull, I suppose you could say, and just fires straight up into the nose and sort of punches out the back. You just see bits of bark and moss just fly out. Shakes its head. That will be your turn, Dargon.
Yeah, sorry about that. Knocked over a drink. That was great.
That's alright. Well done.
Thankfully, didn't manage to pour on anything expensive, so we're all good. Right.
Whole stream could have gone down then.
Oh yeah, I was just
That's
like,
when
right, I'm up.
we're just talking to ourselves.
Right, so it's going to take... What, can I get out of a restraint if I try? What do I need to do?
You would have to make an athletics check to get out of a grapple.
Athletics check to get out of a grapple. Okay. Let's give it a go. 19.
That is going to work now. Let me just check on an escape. Bum 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 bum. Don't think escape uses any of your actions or bonus actions. I think that's just it. Yep, no, that's fine.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll just sort of rip these roots off my wrist, and as I do, just swing straight for the lesson again. So, first one... Oh, damn. 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. Roots were still attached. Natural 20.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Actually, I'll do that one now.
We're on the roll now.
Yeah, I'll do that one now, because that is a double the dice. 14 points of slashing damage.
14 points slashing damage.
And then my last one is going to be, when I can scroll down far enough, a distracting strike. So I'd like to sort of grab one of the, sort of with the sword, just sort of swipe through like, I'm over here. And so that is going to be a 31 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
So then that is going to have an additional d10 to it. So that is 19 points of slashing damage.
19 points of
And
slashing damage.
the next attack roll against the target has advantage other than me until the start of my next turn.
Excellent. So the creature is now bloodied. You see what looks like sap and this thick greenish ichor just start to sort of bleed out of it where you've chopped into its very thick wooden legs and chest and body.
And I forgot to roll my hex dice for those two. So
Yes, you did.
Double one. I need to roll one.
Double
it.
one,
So that is 4.
or just roll 2 dice. 4.
Yeah, and then another 1 point for the third hit. Or second hit.
Nice. Second hit. But yeah, cool. Okay, it's then Bothrid's go, who is not happy he got knocked out of rage, but seeing as he is not raging anymore, is going to give this creature a taste of its own medicine and is going to cast Call Lightning. Bothrid
Now
just
we're talking.
reaches up with the double-bladed quarterstaff. To complete that game. Pulls down this bolt of lightning from the same cloud. That needs to be a dexterity saving throw from the Leshy. Get out. Yeah, it's going to succeed. Just sort of move slightly to the side. That is not a legendary resistance, I should point out. That is a straight save. Which means that will then be 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. What was it? 3rd level, wasn't it? So yeah, 3d10. So it's 9, 14, 22, hard 11 points of lightning damage to Zileshi. And I believe that is now a concentration spell. Cool. Excellent. That is Bothrid's go. Is it going to be Bothrid's go? Yeah, Bothrid's going to maintain distance for now. Kirik.
Cool. As the vines start
Hold. Sorry. Legendary action. The Leshen explodes into a flock of crows.
What?
And reappears.
Crows versus the Raven. Bring it out.
Reappears there. As all the crows just recoalesce into this creature again.
He will not leave me alone.
I was about to say, bad boy's coming after you.
certainly is. Is that legendary
Might
action?
just
That is it.
As the kind of vines continue to wrap around me, I'm going to kind of let them get like as tight as I'm comfortable with, and then I'm going to just smirk, and there's going to be light coming from my armor as my muscles start to get larger and larger, and I'm going to grow to large with my rune, and hopefully use that momentum to just break through the
I am going to
veins.
say, make me an escape with advantage.
I have advantage on
because of
strength
that.
check anyway, so because of
Okay, yeah, do it for me.
not great. It's almost like I'm not very strong, and that is a 12.
Okay. Even as you grow and sort of hope that your muscles and everything are going to snap the roots just sort of retreat around you, and then when you finish growing, they begin to crush down again as you are still grappled.
That's okay. And action. Is the creature still with the effect from Dalgon's strike?
Yes. Because nobody's made an attack against it. Bothrid made a spell, cast a spell which required a save.
Yeah.
So it's not been a ranged or melee attack or spell attack.
Yeah. Well, I can't move anyways, so. Okay. I'm just gonna use my action to try and break through, escape.
Okay, go for it. At advantage again, because of your size. I think you get advantage on it anyway now, don't you?
Yeah. That's much better. 18.
18. This time you just flex, and as you flex, you just shatter these roots that have grown around you. Or this giant root that's grown around you, at least, just blasts out. It was the right thing to do, because you would have just been about to take more damage.
I thought so too. And I'm going to use my movement to just square up with the creature. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Nice. Okay. As a legendary action after your go, it's going to make a claw attack against Ander. Which is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
You are going to take 6, 19, 26 points of slashing damage.
Uncanny dodge again, please, for 13 instead.
Yep. Okay.
Oh dear. Leave me alone.
Okay. The Leshen then is going to reach a hand out, pointing towards Dargon. Dargon, I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, brilliant.
+1 on the roll.
Good, it's probably the only plus I've got on it. Yeah.
I do believe it is, yes.
Yeah, it is. Okie dokie. That is all over the shop and on my monitor. Let's try that again. It was exactly the same. That's impressive. That's 8.
8. You shrink down to a rat.
What, a werebear rat? Or just a rat?
Polymorph, baby.
Just a rat.
Fuck, this is going well.
Does Timiel's wrath, just go into the floor?
Yep, pretty much.
I don't have rat sound effect on here. Hang on.
How dare you? How didn't you know that this was
How
going
did
to
I
be
not
big?
know it needs the second
And
page?
then the creature is going to step into the tree once more. It's going to go 5, 10, which will not incur an attack of opportunity because it's not left. Technically from Ander it will. If you wish to make an attack of opportunity, you can.
Fucking right. I will stab it with a...
With advantage, because...
With
it's
advantage,
the
yeah.
effect.
Oh, let me press it again. 24 to hit.
Yep, nice.
And 9 piercing damage. Do I get me sneak attack? Because he was next to Kirik or not?
And you had advantage on the roll.
Oh, I had advantage, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
advantage
true.
on the roll, yeah.
Sneak attack. Thank you. 14 on top of that.
14. So, sorry, what was the first bit of damage?
That's a very good question. Can't remember what I said. I'm looking at the game log.
9.
9. 9 and 14. 23
9 points of
damage.
damage. 14 points of damage. Excellent. As then the Leshen reappears the other side of the pond.
Gosh, it's far away.
Ander, you'll go.
Well, he's exactly where I want him to be. Nowhere near me. So, I will take out another +2 arrow, use steady aim, and I don't have advantage anyway, still or not. I don't now, don't I? Because that effect was only for one attack, yeah. So I'll use steady aim to get advantage on the attack. And up for best, I only got another natural 20, mate. What D&D Beyond? D&D Beyond, you beauty. So that is 16 piercing damage.
16 piercing damage.
Oh, roll better.
Sneak
than
attack.
you. That.
Sneak attack damage of 24. And
So
the
that's 40
2d4,
damage
which will make him
total.
bloodied. Another 4.
4. There is. So that was what?
I'm happy with that.
44 points of damage. I need to get a 22 on a con saving throw hit. Which I'm not going to get. So that spell ends. And
Well, it's not a
Dargon,
rat.
you are back.
You are
You
welcome.
bamf back out into bear form.
Oh, thank you, because I couldn't find a rat image that I was suitable and could put on screen. I was trying to find one to replace on my icon.
Should have just gone for Ratatouille.
There is a
mate.
creak. Creak as the Leshen's head just sort of. His gaze is going to look towards you, Ander.
Kirik's gonna
Oh,
just
really
murmur.
pissing him off.
Sucks when your concentration spells don't work for more than a turn, doesn't it?
It is, however, going to use a legendary action to cast a
course.
spell. And it is
Put a
going to
spell on
cast
you.
those storm clouds that appeared and that Bothrid has been creating as well are just going to grow. And it forms this churning storm cloud, centered pretty much above where that rod is as well.
What rod?
Rod of alertness. That's giving off
the
the
rod
light.
of alertness.
Oh, right. Sorry.
But it does spread out to a radius of 360 feet. The thunder starts to boom, storm, strong winds begin to blow. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm glad I've got +1 now.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter because it's a 6.
19.
Oh, dear. I
16.
might have to build a tiny hut.
Anybody that got lower than a 16, so a 15 or lower, is going to be deafened
Good.
for 5 minutes, and you are also going to take 5 points of thunder damage.
Oh, that's okay. I'm okay with that. That could have been worse.
Cool, but the storm cloud is still going.
I'm still
We'll
at
then
60
over
hit
to
points, so that's
Dargon.
pretty shit.
Alright. Let's update them. Did you get hit, Kirik?
Nope. I'm all good.
You'll go, by the way, Dargon.
Sorry, I'll go. Oh, smashing. Well,
Smashing Basil.
knowing now that he's a slippery little bugger and keeps running around, I'm not going to chase him. So I'm actually going to use my movement to move up towards Ander.
Good call. I approve.
I'm sure you approve of this message. So 5, 10, 15. And get onto my character sheet, that always helps. I will send a Hail Mary, because it will never bloody hit. Guiding bolt at 2nd level.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, yes! It's just 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
That's 5d6. And that is... rubbish. 16 points of... what is it? Radiant damage? Radiant damage.
I believe so.
Yeah, it is. So 16 points of radiant damage, and again, this is the one that's held of advantage on. Again. So.
Nice. So it's now glowing with an aura.
Yep.
Which is cool. So then it is, unless you're doing anything else, it is Bothrid's go.
Nope.
Okay. Bothrid, noticing now that the Leshen has stepped out of the Call Lightning range, is going to let that spell fade. So no longer concentrating on that. He is going to... where is everyone? Run up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to Ander. Is going to smash a hand against Ander, cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds.
Oh, bless you.
What Bothrid would do.
Save
2. 3. That is going to be 8, 9, 13, 15 points of healing
Nice, thank you.
to you. That's going to be Bothrid for now. Kirik.
How hurt does the Leshen look?
How hurt does it look? Not great.
Mm-hmm.
There are bits of bark that are snapped open. There's a lot of this greenish sap-like ichor just floating out. The giggling seems to have lessened as well from the pixies.
Good.
Good. I am going to then, looking that Bothrid has helped out Ander, which was the concerning part, my cape is going to swivel around me, and I'm going to disappear and appear right next to him.
Okay.
Your blink hand axe would have been useful, Dargon, wouldn't it?
Shut up. You lost a bag of holding.
Lost the most. I would like to action surge after that.
Nice.
And I'm going to cast a 4th level inflict wound on this guy.
Yes,
Nice.
you are.
See ya.
Get advantage on that bad boy. Is it a
It's a
natural
natural 20.
Yes. Take a picture of that shit.
Fuck you guys.
That's equivalent to an 8th level now.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
We've had loads of them tonight in the fight. That's
We
real good.
have.
It was on the Kirik dice as well. So that's fun. Oh boy, that is going to be a lot of D10s. 4th level.
Yeah.
12 D10s.
Have you got that many?
Nope. But I'll roll 6.
D&D Beyond. Get your Casio calculator ready.
Oh boy.
Other makes
boy.
are available.
Oh, it's pretty bad for you, Matt. 10,
20, 29, 29, 20, 30, no, 29, 37, 44, 49, 49, 98 points of necrotic damage.
Kirik
98
Gravetusk,
necrotic damage.
how do you want to absolutely obliterate this creature?
So Dargon, Bothrid, and Ander are just going to see me disappear, and then all of a sudden you just see this like enormous hand just pierce through the chest of this creature as my hand just like moves through it, and yeah, just covered in sap, and then the sap itself is going to start to almost like turn into acid and melt into the wood of this creature, and then it's just bits of wood just falling on the floor.
Excellent. And as the bits of wood of the creature, the skull falls down and it all just crumples and begins to disintegrate away. Crows just and fly out and disappear. And we are out of combat.
Fucking nailed it.
And I think that is a perfect place for us to take a short break.
Hi.
Heyo!
Yellow.
I pressed the right button this week.
We did press the right button. We didn't kill the stream.
Do the confetti.
round of applause. Well done, Dave. Good stuff. So as this creature falls to the floor to pieces and then explodes into crows that all then dissipate and disappear in this sort of strange inky blackness. The streaks of golden yellow lights, the giggling stops. It all surges forward further down this tunnel ahead of you and is gone.
Well, that
It's
went
now
well.
dark. And the pixies have gone and
No,
the
it's
light
not
has
dark.
gone.
There's still a big fucking beacon of light next to you.
Oh, okay.
Stay there for 10 minutes until I pick it up.
But there's also the light from the trees anyway.
Way to take it down.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, was it?
Can you do that first next time?
I could try.
So,
So what-
that
what
way.
now?
If you don't mind.
Yes. Unless... Are we all okay?
Yeah, fine. Why?
Just wondering. Seem to be after you, and more than anyone. I'm wondering if it's your...
Yeah,
Yeah, what was
I
with that?
noticed that. Maybe it could sense the Fae in me, my Faeness, or prison rules. You go after the most dangerous.
Yeah, no, it's not that. So,
No,
Bothridge's just going to look at you like... A confused look
But
on
we'll
his
keep it
face.
in mind. We'll keep it in mind for when we're walking around.
so I'll start walking north on the map. As I do,
I will
I'll
pick up.
shrink back to myself.
Ooh,
Good stuff.
do I? I think I will as well because it's a minute.
Okay, cool.
Still checking that.
So you all begin to head north.
Yes, I'm in.
And yes, well, I sort my shit out. You continue through this sort of strangely wooded area. Every now and again, there is a streak of yellowish, golden, greenish light, as what is quite noticeably now a pixie sort of streaks overhead, and there is no giggling, but sort of You're all mean. Every now and again, just as they all streak over you. But they are all flying up and further north. And you continue on. Every now and again, your path is lit by one of these strange trees with the glowing orbs hanging from it. And you carry on further forward, and eventually you see that the path narrows down to a small little archway, overrun with vines and roots. It's going to be you're all going to have to crawl to get through this, even you, Dargon. You're going to sort of have to battle your way through this to get through it.
Hey guys, after we go through this, if we go through, do you mind giving me 10 minutes to get my armor back on?
Yeah,
fine.
do you want to do that now? Or?
Let's do it when we get through.
Just
Just
behind to crawl
Fair
through
enough.
with your armor.
yeah, it'd be a bit easier.
Well, I don't mind going first. Check. Let's...
Oh,
Bothrid,
yeah, if you
seeing
tell
how
me it's
small
safe
it
through.
is going to wild shape down into a... What's it going to wild shape down into? Something small. Something small.
A ferret.
Going to turn into a giant centipede.
Why? Why can't it be a cute little guinea pig? Why does it have to be some horrible...
So he just
Insect
sort of
thing.
folds in on himself and elongates out to this giant centipede with its hard carapace, the carapace even, with these sort of spiky legs that come out, and you can it sort of undulates away as he crawls towards the archway and then stops, raises its sort of head up and turns to look back as if to say, well, are you coming or what?
I'm not
Danny,
fucking
you
following next
just
to
want the
that.
fluffy bunny with Kevin Hart's voice, don't you?
Well, it's basically, yeah. And I mean, I'd rather have a slug than a fucking centipede.
Yeah, I will go first because I've already seen Dargon's arsehole. I don't need to see a centipede's one. So
Okay.
For those
so,
who didn't see last
Kirik,
week, that's
you-
very out of context.
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So, Kirik, as you go...
I have seen the
through,
passage
are
through the
you
mountains,
doing-
so sorry. Carry on.
Are you doing this carefully, or are you just going to sort of crawl on through?
No, carefully. I'm trying to obviously keep an eye out for anything that might kind of lash at us.
Pardon me. I'm going to say make me a straight dexterity check, then, please.
Straight dexterity check. 5.
As you crawl through, it's almost like these sharp barbs begin to grow on the vines that form this small little archway, and one of them pierces into your into your shoulder, where your neck and shoulder meet, and just stabs in, and then sort of retreats back. You can see as it retreats back, it's shining with your blood. You are going to take... Where the fuck did I put them all? There we were. You take 2 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Bothrid is just going to crawl through, unscathed. Who's next?
I, seeing what happened to Kirik, will I will try and run and then slide through it. You know, like in movies when the door's about to shut and they just go.
I'll do a Batman
I'll try and do
slide.
that. Yeah.
In which case, make me an acrobatics check, please.
Happily. 20
27.
That was a 20
21.
something.
27.
27.
27. Fantastic. So you just sort of slide underneath, flatten yourself out as these barbs grow down. You pass through and they shrink back again. Doggone.
Go on, Tiny.
Yeah. So seeing all of that lot, I'm gonna try and think of anything and then go, fuck it, and then just have to crawl through.
Okay. Make me a dexterity check, please.
Check.
Technically should be a saving throw, I
Doesn't
guess,
matter,
but
doesn't make
either
any
way.
difference, it's a 5.
A 5, so you too get a barb that grows very long and again stabs into your neck, and then they recede as it goes back shining with your blood. As the 4 of you now emerge out... Good point. Let's roll that. 1 point of damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As you now crawl through and emerge out, and the 4 of you sort of stand, Kirik and Dargon, you can still feel the sort of the impact, like after you've had an injection. It's just like that weird pain
I will
in your neck.
grab hold of the sword and then bring it off. It's glowing. Just smack it on my back and just heal for D6. Using healing light. 3 points.
As you all stand up, you now find yourselves in a courtyard or something. It's the end of this tunnel now, and the rocks sort of continue up and over the top into this hollow, I suppose you could call it. The trees with the orbs, there are now smaller versions, almost growing out like bushes up on these walls in various places. There are 2 purple trees that grow up, or sort of erupt up out of the floor, almost touching the ceiling of this this hollow. And in the centre there is a chair made of vines and bits of wood that stands cracked and empty. What you notice now in the tree is that there are small chairs, if you like, or seats made out of flowers. And there are 6 pixies that sit on these flowers. And a male one speaks. Well, welcome to the hollow. You made it this far. You must be strong. We didn't take very good care of our friend.
In our defence, he was a bit aggressive.
He is designed to be aggressive, to ward off unwelcome visitors to the court.
Well, hopefully we've proved ourselves worthy now.
Worthy? No.
May I
It's
ask
not a
whose
question of
chair
worthiness.
is that?
The chair? Oh, that's her chair. She hasn't sat there for a very long time. As court is ours now.
Who's her?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yeah,
Yes, that's why I asked.
It's rude to ask names without giving them.
Doggone.
And
Doggone.
Kirik.
You have a very strange pet.
Oh, Bothrid.
yeah, he'll
It
tell.
has a name too.
Yeah, he'll be back to his usual self in a moment.
Yeah, he's actually a companion of ours.
How fantastic. Given so freely as well. And you give us more gifts. As 2 of the pixies raise up their hands and these vines begin to grow out of the wall, and from the vines 2 barbs grow down, and one of each of the 2 pixies just collects as a drop of blood falls.
As he said, give us more presents. I immediately grab hold of the sword, like I'm not losing the sword again.
And you notice now the blood drops sort of into their hands. So. Two very strong ones. We know what you seek, but it is not given so freely. We were charged with its protection.
So
How may it be given?
We were given such gifts already, but we like gifts. What else
Still
is
haven't
it
given us
you
the
wish
name
to
of the
give us?
person yet.
I didn't say I was going to.
I thought it was a name for a name.
You thought?
What about if I give you my surname as an extra gift?
Ooh. Well, we'll see.
Well, no, I'm not falling for it twice. If I give you my surname, you give me the name of the person whose chair that belongs to.
If you give me your surname, I will give you a name.
Not a name, the name of the person whose chair that used to be.
This one knows how to play. I will give you the name that we call her.
Yeah, that'll
By
do.
which we call her.
You may call me Mr. Splinterthorn.
And
Does their face
Splinterthorn. A very old name.
Yeah, I would say my relatives are probably quite close friends with the Fae.
Yes. Although we have not been back to the main courts for a very long time. Although what is time?
So, the name?
Oh yes, her name. We know her only as the Witch Queen.
Great.
Of Agmar. What?
That would be king.
I know, I just had to say it.
So, is it that we give you a present, a gift, and you eventually will give us what we seek, the prophecy?
Well, that sounds like a fine bargain. What do you have to offer?
I'm going to step forward. And I'm going to just walk towards them. I'm going to say, you're creatures that like luck and chaos and general disorder, aren't you?
Yes, yes.
I'm going to flick my hand, and the deck of many things is going to appear in my hand.
Wait. Wait, how long have you had that?
That's a neat trick.
This is a very interesting, very powerful item.
Oh, we know.
Very dangerous as well.
We know.
And his eyes.
There are 6 of you. I can allow you to take a card, or each of you take 6.
Oh no, if you wish the prophecy, I'm afraid we'll have to take the whole deck.
You can take it one card at a time if you want.
We are not so foolish as to misunderstand what this does. And though you have its... There's a smell of its effects on you.
Yeah.
So, is it
Yes,
straight
touch the
trade?
subject.
One for the other. You're not going to take that and then ask for more.
No, I think that will suffice.
Good, and over.
Insight check, please.
Maybe an insight check, please.
There should be no insight check from Dargon.
It's pretty good. It is a 29.
The Fae are very tricky to read. Very tricky to read. But even now, as you stand there and you offer this, and this Lord of the Pixies, if you like, has offered this trade, seems somewhat genuine.
I extend my hand with the deck.
As you extend your hand with the deck, there is a single word that sounds out. Enough. And darkness fills the cavern.
I pull Timiel's Wrath out.
Tsing. Even the light from Timiel's Wrath does not break through this darkness. The darkness then recedes, and standing now leant against the side of the throne with the deck of cards in hand is a black-skinned, elven-like fae, wearing nothing but these sort of dark leather trousers and leather boots. It's interesting that you boys should offer this for a prophecy. I think she will want to speak to you directly, rather than these little pests. And the pixies are now, you can see they're all retreated up to the ceiling, they all just giggle.
Oh, good.
Just to confirm my suspicions, that is the dude from the Shadow Court, isn't it? Who I've got his cloak on.
Nope.
No.
That's a different one.
Not from the Shadow Court.
Oh, but the dude who's... He was banging her, wasn't he?
That we
The
saw last
lover
time
of
we
the
fought, actually.
lady from the Shadow. Yeah.
You
yeah.
have
He was
seen this
following us
individual
around.
before. The last time you saw him was in the Feywild,
Yeah, yeah.
in the Feydark. Wait here.
Seems only fair. It's an item that we picked up at the Fae. Now we drop it to Fae.
Yes. I did make sure you found this. And yet you give it so freely. Curious.
Chaos is not really our thing. Apart from Ender, but I think he paid the price.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I know. I suggest you all be polite. She is not known to suffer fools lightly. And again, there is darkness. And then a single purplish, pinkish side light appears in front of you, and slowly the darkness recedes back. And then before you is sat a very, very beautiful looking fey woman with these robes of white and red. She sits with her legs crossed, and you can see these red boots which go above the knee. Around her neck is an amulet of sorts, and this brown flowing hair flows around her ears and down over her shoulders.
I will
Well,
bow. Curtsy, you know, like you do when you meet royalty, that sort of thing.
and she's going to look down towards you. We don't need that here. Stand. And a splinter
Sorry,
thorn.
Yes,
And what do
sorry,
we call
I
you?
didn't know what I didn't know what the customs were, so I thought I'd just bow. I was trying to be respectful.
You have been given my name, or one of which. I am the Witch Queen, and you seek something that was left with me a long time ago.
Yes, we do.
How would we go about
All
retrieving
for a
that?
silly deck of cards.
Does that mean you want more from us?
Oh,
Your Majesty?
yes. But just something little.
Like,
Can we have a clue, please?
Well, I have two, and she holds out her hand now, and floating in her hand are these two little globules of blood, Kyrix and Dargons, just floating above her hand. I'd like the set.
Not that we can clearly get ours back, nor would we want to. But what are you going to do with them?
Oh, nothing. It's just nice to collect things and be complete.
Yeah, but the last time
Much
I gave
like
my
you
blood,
wish to complete. Much like you wish to complete your prophecy.
the last time I gave something my blood, I did end up a little bit cursed for quite a while. Can we?
Oh yes, that can happen.
Yeah.
But no. Just a drop of blood.
Well,
You'll need
given
allies going forward.
my status and name, maybe my blood is worth more than one, and you just take my
And
blood.
what status do you think you hold in this place?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I may have overstepped my boundaries there. I just thought
You may
ancient
think
ancient
just
blood like
because
mine.
You may think just because one of your ancestors once sat on one of our thrones in the courts, that entitles you to something. It entitles you to nothing.
I have been accused of a sense of entitlement before, but I thought I would try my luck.
No.
To get it clear, you need a drop of his blood, and you can give us the prophecy, yeah?
Oh, a drop of his blood. And your friend's here. She's going to click her fingers, and the wild shape is going to fail. And Bothrid's going to be there laying on the floor and just sort of stand up, brush himself off.
Boys,
How did you do
I think
that?
that's doable.
boys, hand it over. Go on.
Are we agreed?
It's okay. So
If we give
all
you
we have to do is give you
the blood,
a single drop, and we get the prophecy. No
A
consequences.
single drop each from you and you. She points to Ander and Bothrid. And then the prophecy is yours.
yeah, insight check on that. Sorry. Strange choice of words.
I mean, it seems like a bargain.
25.
25. As far as you can tell, just being honest.
And can we just double check? You mean the same prophecy that we want? There's not another prophecy we don't know about that you'll give us. It's irrelevant.
She's going to reach down into what you now notice is a broken box next to the throne. And she's going to pull out a piece of rolled up parchment. You wish to have her prophecy, I believe. I can get you another if that's what you wish. I figured you came to this place for this.
Does it seem like the same sort of paper and scroll that we've seen?
Make me a perception check. Or an investigation check, you're close enough.
I have advantage on perception, so I will take that. The absolute balls. 13. 12 even. 7 and a 2.
It looks like
Amazing.
similar parchment, as far as you can tell.
Right. Well, I think let's give it the blood.
Well, this is as good a deal as we're going to get today, I think.
Excellent, so we are agreed. Friends? And 2 pixies fly down, and Bothrid and Andy, you would just feel these sharp pinpricks on the backs of your neck. And a slight giggle. There's the 2 pixies, these streams of golden light just fly back. And again, the Witch Queen just sits there with 4 globules of blood now just floating above her head. Her hand, even. Fantastic. She closes her hand. There's no splatter. Now then. This is yours. And she holds it out.
I will go and grab it.
Kirik, you step
Just
forward and you take
curiosity,
it.
is my magical hair still doing some weird shit? Or is it back to normal?
It's still flicking around, almost like it's looking for stuff, but you're not really stood close enough to anybody to steal anything.
Okay.
And she will sort of hold it out, and as you step forward, Kirik, she pulls it back for a second. And she hands it over to you. I do love a good bargain.
Oh, good.
Well, it seems like we came off better in that. Well, thank you anyway.
Almost. One more thing. I feel like this will irritate someone a bit, so... She clicks her fingers again, and your hair settles around your shoulders again. Can't be raising too much suspicion now, can we?
Oh, I was going to enjoy that.
Good, now
Might as well
can't
give
be
you this
ring
back now. Yeah, might as well give you this back now. Give Dagon his ring back.
Oh. Well, if that is all, you have your prophecy.
Is it,
We will be watching from afar.
is it the same way out?
Oh yes. One way in, one way out. Perhaps maybe an easier exit though, and she will just sort of wave her hand and the small little archway grows enough to fit 4 medium humanoids through.
Oh, good. I was going to ask for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. And I'm sure you will keep your eyes on us. Start making my way out.
Oh yes. Your friends in the Feywild. They are waiting for help. One is not doing so well. Anyway,
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Farewell.
Alright, well, let's
What?
circle back round.
She's not gonna.
she's
yeah,
gone.
You bastard.
just fey people.
The pixies now all sort of fly around, and again, out of a shadow, the dark figure steps forward once more. Literally black from head to toe, black long hair that reaches down to the backside. And they're just going to look, flash a very white smile. Well, boys, good luck. Darkness again. And then the lights from those trees that glow just begins to seep through the darkness once more. The pixies are gone. The dark individual is gone. The queen is gone. The throne is no longer cracked and broken, but the vines sort of loop around it. It's much more regal looking now.
Why do I all of
gonna-
a sudden have high levels of anxiety?
She probably just said that to make us chaos. They're fey. That's what they do. You should know this. They just
Okay.
want chaos. I'm gonna open the prophecy. I'm gonna open the scroll and see what's inside.
Okay.
My pen is ready. Read it slowly.
2 potions.
And the
of
raiders have
egg
joined
whites.
us at exactly the right time tonight.
Hello.
Because this is going to be a big, big lore moment, or plot point, I should say.
100 grams of flour.
As
3 egg whites. How
to make fey bread.
You unfurl the scroll, and there, written in Sylvan, is text. Dargon, strangely, you now find you can read this.
Whee!
It reads, "The heroes 3, who once estranged, shall end the curse forever changed. Remain them ever of non-blood kin, and claim the land of Nylin."
And once again, for the people at the back.
The heroes 3, who once estranged, shall end the curse forever changed.
Yep, that's as far as it goes.
Remain them ever of non-blood kin, and claim the land of Nylin.
Does that mean I've got to keep you guys around after I've claimed Nylin?
That's such a
Well,
hardship,
you
isn't
have
it?
to if you don't want us to, but
Well, I did promise you seats in the court, hand of the king, master of arms, you know.
As you now read, the parchment begins to sort of grow. Dargon, your bag of holding vibrates slightly, and then there is a flash. As in your hand, Kirik, your hands extend out now, and the long parchment now is before you. And the 4 verses of the prophecy, complete, now in your grasp. All now in common. So, just for shits and giggles, because there's people who have probably not caught up with the prophecy now, we'll go through the whole thing. It reads, "From royal greed and endless plunder, this land of old shall tear asunder. From space and time till heroes 3, restore this land of honesty. Masters of grain and spirit 4 shall tend the tear and guard the door, till heroes 3 become a known, and take the mantle for thine own. Cold touch of raven, warm light of dawn, unite with the courts of those fey-born. Enemies grow as quest endures, and all must fall to end the curse. The heroes 3, who once estranged, shall end the curse forever changed. Remain them ever of non-blood kin, and claim the land of Nylin." Bothrid's going to stand there and read it. I'm confused.
Join the fucking club. If we think about this, when I met with my ghost of Christmas past, I forgot his name.
what's Christmas?
So, we'll talk about that another time. Winter's Festival.
Thieves' Camp for Midwinters.
Midwinters, thank you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So he said to break his curse, or to break the curse, would free an island, so that checks out. And then the bit around destroying Nylin to save it, potentially via destroying the sources, does that link into this now, do you think?
Well,
I don't think that's what it means now.
yeah. If you remember, we were asking, should we break the curse or not break the curse? Is that going to destroy Nylin or not? I'd just say we have an answer. Let's break the curse. Don't know how,
But he said to break the... I think the sources are linked to his curse.
I think what I've read, and this might be obviously my Boy Scout idealism, but it felt like it said that the enemies that are surrounding Nylin are going to have to be destroyed one by one.
Oh, great.
That makes sense if we understand that Nyland's currently being attacked by all sides, essentially.
Yeah.
Vampires from the south, demons from the west, undead from the east, and Zapanir is still around here somewhere in the north, so...
So do you think the curse is not the curse on him, but it's the curse of eternal war that is the struggle for Nyland?
Yeah, you know that bit about the curse like changing or being changed or has changed. The curse is evolved. It's not the original curse.
Do we think that once everyone from the Malt Masters, everyone that isn't a vampire or a demon or an undead is killed, the vampires, demons, and undead are just going to live happily ever after on the land? That doesn't sound plausible with their nature.
Yeah, not really. Look, guys, while we're having this convo, I'm going to put my armour back on. You don't mind?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but I suppose if we need to claim the land of Nyland, all I need to do is claim my seat.
Yeah. You've got to find your throne,
And
matey
then-
boy.
But obviously that is going to be hotly contested while there's a war going on. So is it one and the same? I then claim my throne, call the banners, and we fight back the purge.
We can't do it alone. We're powerful, we're not that powerful. But if
So
there's
I
a
think-
way of making everyone in Ireland recognize you as the king, other than, I don't know if you noticed, but whenever you go around saying you're going to be king or you're the king, people don't usually seem to like that. So
Yeah.
there's a way of making that, I don't know, calling upon a house or calling upon an ancient tradition that might be around, then that's probably what we need to do.
And that's where I think the city under Lake Esamir comes into it, because all the other thrones have been taken. That is the only throne that has not been sat on for centuries. I think that's the one they'll recognise and respect if I can get to it.
That's the only one that's disappeared over the times.
Yeah. And because I can't have it, it's the only one I want.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is that our
I think
next
it'll
route
complete the
then?
cycle. The last person to sit on that was King Girth. So if I'm the next person to sit on it, it's kind of we've come full circle. We've gone from one king to many kings. I'll then sit on the throne and it'll become one king again.
Makes sense to me.
It sounds very simple. But we know
Well, we did spend months on this, so I wouldn't say simple, but
we got this. Well, actually, we need to get out. We need to get out of Mantenir.
Sorry,
First.
Joseph,
Well-
what is the plan?
I was thinking that we could maybe rest here and I could just recall us back to the keep.
I like your style. Do you want me to create the domed fortress again, just in case the witch decides to play tricks on us while we're asleep?
She dropped a form, so I don't think that's going to be much of a difference, but she might actually...
Is it not better to try and do this slightly further towards the exit?
True. Maybe not next to the trees.
Yeah, and
Maybe we'll sleep on the steps. Might be uncomfortable, but...
I don't care, I'm comfortable, we just need safe.
Okay.
if you do that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, I can still protect us. So even if the guards find us, if we're closer to the crypt entrance, we'll still be in the hut. It'll be opaque, or I can make it so they can't see in.
All right, do it.
We'll head out then.
Because the easiest
Okay.
is the easiest way we're going to get to the lake as well, because we'll be right next to it.
That's true.
Okay. So you head back through the archway, now larger archway. As the four of you pass through it, shrinks back down to the point where anybody wishing to get through would have to crawl once more. And you continue on through, walking down this tunnel with these trees with the orange or the sort of yellow, goldish and blue different globes, orbs hang off them, lighting the tunnel. And you continue your way along, eventually reaching the pool. Pixies flicker around again, once again around here. There's no giggling, they don't say anything, they just sort of fly around. You continue on through, still seeing the patch of ichor and bark and crap where the Leshen exploded after 98 points of fucking damage. And you head back towards the stairs. As you step towards the stairs, what are we doing? Are we starting the orb? Or
I will start the 1
dome?
minute it takes to cast Lehman's tiny hut.
Okay, so you cast your tiny hut and cast this opaque dome now across the top of you, four of you. Bothry would sit down, make something of a small campfire, begin to cook some rations and some food, and just provide you all with some food. Is there anything anybody wishes to do?
Might as well read a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Something else I can... Is there something else I can do? I don't think there is, so...
Okay. I will allow everybody to then read 2 hours of your books.
Grazie.
I've just seen the note in chat. Yes, it was necrotic damage. I know I said fucking damage. That would have been under if anybody was going to do that.
Wow, that took me a while. I was like,
Oh dear. Oh
got it,
dear.
got it. Just
Cool.
playing.
So you
Karen.
all read
Playing
2 hours of your books. And then you all sort of settle down for a sleep. As you sleep, there are echoes in your dreams. Your dreams are not lucid, they're very broken, but you can just hear this whisper. Boys, my boys, my brave boys. Boys. That's where we're going to pick up next week.
That was sufficiently creepy.
Always like to make things creepy. That was awesome. I had great fun with that. Everybody knows how much I love Fae, the Feywild and Fae creatures. So I had a lot of fun playing multiple different Fae creatures tonight. We dropped some plot points there. We obviously finally have got to the end of the prophecy and have all 4 of those parts together. Whether that takes us anywhere, we will see. But I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you to the Raiders once again. Every week for the last couple of weeks. We love it. We really, really appreciate the love and support. Thank you for the new followers. Thank you to those that are subscribed to us. I really, really hope you've enjoyed what you've seen of tonight. If you have enjoyed that, please drop us a follow. If you liked it that much, please consider subscribing to the channel. We'll love you eternally. Please go and subscribe to the YouTube channel where you can catch all the past episodes, plus our mid-campaign recap, all the Malt Magic and More episodes where we break down what happened on these sessions. Speaking of which, please join us on Wednesday at 7:30 PM UK time for Malt Magic and More, where we will break down this Fae fuckery and see what happened. But yeah, other than that, a huge thank you to all the tools we've used. You've heard some of the sound effects from Battle Bards tonight, so go give them a check out. If you're not using them already, go use the code Malt and Magic when you register. If you choose to register, get yourselves a cheeky discount off some sound effects. Huge thank you to Tabletop Audio, D&D Beyond, of course, Incarnate for that amazing map that is, they've enabled me to make. I say it's amazing, I created it, but just the different stamps you can get in Incarnate now, fucking phenomenal. We will hopefully see some more of Dungeon Alchemist going forward, but of course a massive thank you to Owlbear Audio for being simple yet amazing. And with that, I think that will do for tonight. So we have been the crew of Malt and Magic. This has been the Forgotten Kingdom of Nihilin. Stay safe, we love you all, we will catch you next time.